for Hope TV Newswatch on this 14th day of July 2025. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Murithi. Former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has fired back at ODM party leader Raila Odinga, dismissing his recent call for national intergenerational dialogue as nothing more than a strategic distraction. Gachagua is accusing Odinga of attempting to undermine the growing momentum behind what he calls the one-term movement, a political campaign aimed at blocking President William Ruto from securing a second term in office. Gachagua, a key voice in the movement, claims the proposed conclave is a smokescreen designed to water down the opposition's pressure on the current regime.
Before you tell us to enter into new dialogue with William Ruto, you entered dialogue with him called NADCO. It has not yet been implemented. Now you want us to start a new one. The other day after you lost the AU chairmanship, you entered into MOU with him for a 10-point agenda. Among the things you agreed is that no abductions, no killings. They have now increased instead of being stopped. You agreed that governors will be given 450 billion. That has not happened. So the two dialogues you have done with William Ruto, none has been implemented. Now you want us to go into a third one. It is simply a strategy to slow down the one.
Moving on swiftly, two Western Kenya members of parliament are pushing for a shake-up in Luhya leadership, accusing long-serving figures Moses Wetangula and Musalia Mudavadi of failing the region. Caleb Amisi and Jack Wamboka say it's time to let the youth take charge, citing stall development despite years of influence. Meanwhile, ODM's Edwin Sifuna has slammed President William Ruto's controversial order, allowing police to shoot protesters who loot, calling it reckless and dangerous.
Sisi kama vijana ambao tumechaguliwa tukiwa wachanga, tumeona maeneo yetu ya magharibi imebaki nyuma kwa miaka mingi kwa sababu tumeweka watu goigoi mbele yetu. Ukisha kupewa nafasi ya kuongoza jamii kwa miaka 40 na hujafaulu, uende nyumbani usiende.
Hao viongozi wako mbele wameshindwa kupigania watu wetu. Watu wa Kabuchai tunamuomba, wale wamekuwa mbele wameshindwa. Saa hii tuko na viongozi hapa. Tuko na kijana yetu Edwin Sifuna. Huyu Edwin Sifuna ni mwanaume. Edwin Sifuna atosha.
Na ile kiti ya saboti mnakumbuka ilichaguliwa na aliyekuwa marehemu na alikuwa Vice President of the Republic of Kenya. Hao watu walichagua Caleb Amisi wakijua this is the resemblance of Wamalwa kijana. Na mimi ndio kijana mwenyewe. Nimekuja hapa kuambia watu wa Kabuchai. Jambo la kwanza, shukurani kutuletea mbunge ambaye ako na uwezo ya kutell off leaders who do not respect the people.
Sisi tunamuomba kibali. Nyinyi watu wa Luhya, mtukubalie tupeane alternative leadership. Tukiwa na kina Sifuna, tukiwa na Majimbo Kalasinga, tukiwa na Caleb Amisi, tukiwa na Kinososi.
Now, tension was high today in Lekki slum, Nanyuki, after police officers moved to block a group of demonstrators from marching into Nanyuki town. The protesters, defiant and visibly angered, are demanding justice for Julia Njoki, a woman who was arrested during the recent Sabasaba protest and is now at the center of disturbing allegations of police brutality. Njoki's supporters claim she was subjected to torture while in custody, sparking outrage and renewed calls for accountability within the police service.
Walikuwa polisi 13. They were guiding us all through, and when we go to see Julie, they were following us. So it is just intimidation of the family so that we don't talk. Even right now, they are threatening Wananipigia hata ndio hawa wananipigia simu hapa so that I don't talk. I'll talk on the top of my mouth because of jury. I will.
Sasa tunataka haki. Kwa sababu haki tusipotokea sisi wote kutafuta haki, tutauawa sisi wote. Na hata leo ni kama wamejipanga. Wameamua hatutaandamana, wameamua kuna haki tutatafuta, ni kama wako tayari kutuua sisi wote. Ile haki tunatafuta ni hizi familia ziweviwe bill zao. Hizi familia hakuna hata governor, hakuna hata MC, hakuna hata hao political leaders, political class. Wamejitokeza at least kumunao familia. Na tunataka mwenye kuua Julie akiwa kwa cell, mwenye alimchapa achukuliwe hatua. Hakuna, no one is above the law. Hakuna mtu mwenye anafaa kukiuka sheria, na moyo wa mwanadamu lazima, they are there to protect us, not to beat us. Hawafai kuonyesha life bullet.
Moving on swiftly, the family of missing Huduma Center manager Hussein Abdirahman has moved to court demanding the Inspector General of Police Douglas Kanja to produce him, whether dead or alive. Abdirahman, who also serves as an assistant county commissioner, vanished on July 8, 2025, shortly after appearing alongside Public Service Cabinet Secretary Geoffrey Ruku in Wajir. Now, through lawyers Danson Omari and Shadrack Wambui, the family has filed a habeas corpus petition alleging he may be held incommunicado by state agents.
We received instructions to move to court expeditiously, and we moved to court, and we have filed today in the morning an habeas corpus application to produce Hussein before the Honorable Judge, alive or dead. Hussein is a public servant. Hussein, by rank, is an employee of the Public Service Commission in the provincial administration or the Ministry of Interior. Hussein, by rank, is a deputy commissioner. For the benefit of the country, a deputy commissioner is number 2 in charge of a county. After him is the county commissioner. After the county commissioner is a regional commissioner. After the regional commissioner is the president of the Republic of Kenya. That is the chain of command. So this is the third most powerful person from the president in the question of provincial administration. A day before he disappeared, a minister for public service, Waziri Ruku, was in Wajir to officially observe the operations of Huduma Center. Mr. Hussein had been deployed to be the manager of Huduma Center. The minister was welcomed by Hussein. The minister supervised Hussein's work.
Nairobi's health sector is in turmoil as clinical officers raise alarm over the ongoing healthcare crisis in the county. With many public health facilities shut or barely functional, the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers is now calling for urgent intervention and threatening street protest. Our reporter Vivian Kerubo with more on this.
At Upper Hill Gardens, frustrations boiled over as leaders of the Kenya Union of Clinical Officers decried what they termed as deliberate neglect by the Nairobi County government. Health facilities across the city, ranging from dispensaries to level 4 hospitals, are either shut down or only handling emergencies due to ongoing staff shortages and unaddressed demands.
We know, and what we can say here, even the day ile siku yenye uliona yule kijana alikuwa amekufa kapelekwa Mbagathi, the person who was attending to that patient was an intern. They have been using intern as the primary service providers. That is the truth. Instead of responding to the critical call for them to promote our people, they have resolved to mutilate our strike by using interns. Hiyo haitajiki, lakini pia ujue level 3 ile ambaye haina interns, level 2 zote hakuna huduma ambazo zimekuwa zikiendelea. Hiyo ni ukweli. Lakini level 4 na level 5 ile ambayo wameweka watu ambayo hawahitajiki kuona wagonjwa, ni vizuri pia Wakenya wajue kwamba wako hatarini wakati ambapo wanatibiwa, na wale ambaye hawajahitimu kabisa kuona wagonjwa kwa ile, yani being the frontline provider, wako pale kwa ajili ya kufanya kazi wakiwa under supervision. That is what is supposed to be there. The supervisors are not at work.
Kenya Union of Clinical Officers chairperson Peter Wachira blamed county officials for frustrating negotiations and accused Governor Johnson Sakaja of silence, warning that their members will now resort to peaceful protests starting Wednesday this week. He called on Nairobi residents to join the demonstration, saying the ongoing health crisis is a direct violation of their constitutional right to health care.
We have called for this pressure. One, to call them out because they are denying Kenyans and the citizens of Nairobi access to health services against Article 43 of the Constitution, but also to inform wananchi that the administration does not seem to care for them, and also invite the citizens of Nairobi, because from this Wednesday we are starting demonstrations. And if nothing works after Wednesday, next week, we will be having daily demonstrations. And we are sending an invite to to all citizens from Nairobi County, especially those ones who have lacked medical services, to join us in the demonstrations, because it is becoming clear that their government does not care.
Stephen Mugama, Nairobi branch chair, outlined key grievances including the failure to post 5 officially appointed officers, lack of career progression, and stagnant job groups. He accused county officers of shifting attention to border-related issues while ignoring critical health concerns.
Our 3 demands are: we have our 5 officers with appointment letters be posted, and we have the career guidelines implemented. And the third issue has been promotion and redesignation. Our members have stagnated at the same job group for the longest, and now we have a new policy document that dictates our employment from internship to retirement that the county government promises to implement but does nothing in regards to its implementation. We have had several meetings that are not fruitful. The county government has asked us through the county secretary, the CEC and the chief officers that we give them time, and we've given them enough time. It is now our turn now to remind them that the time we've given them is enough and we cannot wait any further.
Reporting for Newswatch, Vivian Kerobo.
Thank you so much, Vivian, for that report. Moving on swiftly, Nigeria is mourning the death of former President Muhammadu Buhari, who passed away in a London clinic on Sunday at the age of 82. A towering figure in Nigerian politics, Buhari will be laid to rest on Tuesday in his hometown of Duara, Katsina State, known for his stern anti-corruption stance and quiet post-presidency. Buhari leaves behind a legacy both praised and polarizing, hailed by supporters as a moral compass, yet criticized by others as a distant and often absent leader. May his soul rest in peace. Now, nearly 800 people have been killed while trying to access food in Gaza since late May. This is according to the United Nations Human Rights Office. Most of the deaths occurred near distribution points run by the US and Israeli-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, an alternative aid system heavily criticized by rights groups for undermining humanitarian neutrality. The UN says there is no evidence supporting Israeli claims that Hamas diverted aid from the UN system. Meanwhile, the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation denies any wrongdoing, blaming Israeli forces for the bloodshed as Palestinians continue to risk their lives just to eat.
Up until the 7th of July, we've recorded now 798 killings, including 615 in the vicinity of the GHF sites and 183 presumably on the routes of aid convoys. This is nearly 800 people who have been killed. while trying to access aid. Mostly the injuries are gunshot injuries.
It is exactly 18 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and sports news. Stick around.
Hope TV is where you look and live, with an excellent selection of the best Christian programming consisting of local and international content of inspirational stories, talk shows, Bible commentary, youth, health shows, children entertainment, contemporary gospel music, extended times of worship, live broadcast, news, movies, drama, Christian ministry programs, and so much more. Hope TV is another quality service from Christ is the Answer Ministries with over 45% of authentic and credible local content every week. Hope TV is a sister station to Hope FM, Kenya's leading Christian radio station with footprints across the country. Tune in to Hope TV, where you look and live.
Going back to the heart of worship.
Whether up the mountain or down the valley, we were created to worship God.
Enjoy carefully selected worship music every Wednesday all day long.
Oh, I will sing of the goodness of God.
We take it a notch higher with more worship music.
Every Wednesday
is Worship Wednesday.
Only on Hope FM. Listen and live.
Good evening and welcome to the greatest show on earth. This is a people's game. They will be bubbling about this one for weeks and months to come. Let's go! Lights, camera, action. Put your mind to it. Look the life that you remember.
Wasi iko on kila game inamata. Reconnect now. Dial star 423 hash.
Thank you for tuning in to Hope TV, your go-to channel for hope, inspiration, education, and wholesome entertainment. At Hope TV, we are committed to knowing God and making Him known through powerful media content. We truly value you and are dedicated to serving you better. For feedback, inquiries, or complaints, reach out via WhatsApp or SMS on 0708 222 323. Email us at customerexperience@hopefm.org. Hope TV, look and live.
Back. Now let's get down to business, and EcoBank Kenya has unveiled Premier Banking, a high-end financial service tailored for affluent and high net worth individuals seeking personalized global standard banking solutions. Launched in Nairobi, the offering include private banking, diaspora and expatriate services, bespoke mortgages and exclusive lifestyle benefits.
As a Premier Banking customer, what we are saying is that we are able to offer you borderless solutions. And this is because we are physically present in 35 out of the 54 countries in Africa.
The inspiration behind Premier was our desire to grow the growing segment of affluent and emerging affluent clients. So this includes professionals, entrepreneurs, and the African diaspora.
So whether you are an expatriate, a Zimbabwean expatriate, for example, working in Kenya, and you want to pay your child's school fees, you want to take medical insurance for your family, you want to ensure that they are evacuated if there's a medical emergency, if you want to put out a own property here in Kenya or in Zimbabwe, because we are here in Kenya and we are here in Zimbabwe, we are able to work together as an EcoBank team to meet that need. So strategically, what we are doing with our Premier Banking offering is bringing our entire Pan-African footprint to bear. making that available to our Premier Banking customers.
Chartered Bank Kenya and Prudential Life Assurance have unveiled a strategic partnership targeting Kenya's wealthy and upper middle class clients with new high-value insurance solutions. The highlight is Live Life, a bespoke life cover of up to 500 million shillings aimed at legacy and wealth planning, which recorded over 2.6 billion shillings in pilot sales.
Insurance penetration goes with GDP. So if the GDP and the wealth that needs to be protected is very small, then you concentrate on subsistence and survival. So do you have time to do investments? I don't know what edits will be doing when people are on subsistence existence. It's a very difficult thing to do, but we can make a change. And I think this journey that Standard and Prudential and the rest of the bank assurance team is doing in the country, we can start the change from now and make sure that we bring in those world-class international products that will have attraction in our market.
And some of the things that we've talked about in affluent, when you talk about affluent, we are using what we call relationship model, which means there's be relationship managers to guide you. That's how we distribute our products. The relationship managers are going to help you. We'll have independent insurance agents who understand it better, who are licensed and certified, who will be able to speak to you as well, who are independent of the bank. That is very, very important. So we are very, very clear about what our obligation is us as a bank, but also what the obligation is with our bank assurance subsidiary that manages our entire insurance industry.
To some sporting action now, the General Service Unit men's volleyball team made history over the weekend, storming back from 2 sets down to defeat Kenya Defence Forces in a thrilling 5-set showdown and claim the inaugural Kenya Cup title. On the women's front, KCB Lionesses delivered a dominant straight sets victory over Kenya Pipeline, a sweet dose of revenge after falling to the same side in the National League playoffs back in May. Soccer Assassins unveiled their new kit and commercial partners in a colorful ceremony, signaling their readiness for the upcoming FKF Women's Premier League season. The vibrant event was graced by the club's officials, local leaders and sponsors, creating an atmosphere of celebration and renewed ambition. The Vihiga-based side earned promotion to the Premier League after topping the FKF Women's National Super League Zone B, marking their second return to the top flight tier.
This team has also brought into this room our football leadership, the Football Kenya Federation, the team led by my good friend Harold here, the CEO of the FKF, and the team that accompanies you. And this is a testament to the truism that football brings people together.
So as a county, we want to say we are happy to what we are doing and particularly promoting our youth to develop their talents. I want to thank our development partners who have come on board to support our young but vibrant team of Madeira Soccer Assassins. I want to thank the New Era who have come in. We also want to thank the Football Kenya Federation for the support you have given us and you continue to give us. For us, we are very focused. I know your new leadership of Football Kenya Federation has a very good vision for this country in terms of promotion of soccer.
Biggest sports news of the day. Chelsea Football Club have edged their name in the history books as the first ever FIFA Club World Cup champions following a dominant 3-0 victory over 10-man Paris Saint-Germain at the MetLife Stadium in the US. Cole Palmer was the standout performer, netting twice and assisting João Pedro before halftime to cap off a breathtaking display. Despite PSG's hopes for a historic quadruple, Chelsea's relentless first-half intensity left the French giants stunned and unable to recover. The result crowns a perfect tournament for Enzo Maresca's side and sends a strong signal ahead of the upcoming Premier League and UEFA Champions League campaigns. Fans are over the moon after that result. Now with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Moredi.